What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Parlay Playbook podcast. It's episode 6. My co-host Kwabena has returned. Kwabena, how are you?
P. I think I had an extra P there. I'm good. Let's get back to talking football.
Yeah? All right. Well, let's not miss too much. Week 5 had some interesting things to take away. First bye week in the NFL. Off the top, I mean, how can we not talk about DeMarcado and that massive sell by the Cardinals in general against the Titans? What a collapse. What do you think of that whole situation with the coach?
First we'll talk about DeMarcado's misplay. I don't get how football players are still doing that. I get you make a big play. That was the best play of his whole career, his short career. And it's just like, you gotta feel so bad for the guy just dropping at the one. You can't make that mistake. But like, also, none of us, everybody's talking about it. None of us have been in that scenario to know what it feels like.
I mean, just hold on to the ball, bro.
Yeah, like, but I feel like it's one of those things that's also like easier said than done. Like once you're off and ready, it's like you think about celebrations all week, all year, how you're gonna celebrate. He breaks off a big play. It was a 60-yard run, give or take. And just like that half a yard. And honestly, in all honesty, rewatching the replay, I think he got the ball over the line.
I think he did too. I was rewatching it as well. I thought it actually went over.
I think he got the ball over the line, and like ultimately, like that play cost them the game.
Oh yeah, they collapsed right after that.
Which hurt. So that would have sawed off the game, and that one play just threw the game away. I feel bad for the guy. It was a boneheaded play. And I feel like he'd be the first one to say, like, I made a mistake. It'll never happen again. I can tell you it'll never happen again for him. But
might not play again after that. Like, that's the thing. Like, when you're a guy that's a fringe guy on the lineup like that and you make that type of mistake, like, look at the Cardinals running back room. Yeah, they have Benson down, Connor down, but look at a guy like Michael Carter who stepped up massive for them. So, when you make mistakes like that, you just got to be mindful that, like, dude, that's, like, career-defining for a guy like that.
Well, also, what Jonathan Gannon did, there's no excuse for that. Like, at the end of the day, football aside, this is a job. He's a grown man. He's a professional. You're a professional in your own field. You're a professional head coach. He's a professional football player. You guys are the top level. People on TV watch you. His family watches. Your family watches. Everybody's watching. You don't hit a guy.
Nah.
Like, it's to the point where it's like, he knows he made the mistake. It's not like, oh, you had to do a big teacher moment. Everybody's like, he knows he made the mistake. It's not like it was a big secret. You come over there in the worst moment of his whole career in front of everybody on national television while the Cards were home or away?
Okay.
Arena booing him. Everybody, like, this is the worst moment of his career.
Yeah.
And you come as a head coach, supposed to be the leader of the team, rip on him in front of everybody, then embarrass him by punching him in the chest, get it in his face, and, like, finishing on his... That is, like, beyond inexcusable. Like, I don't care how many times, like, he apologized. Be like, because you apologize after, but, like, I get it, you're a coach, you are in the game too. But if the teammates, the people that are like laying their like life on the line, that are like brothers with him, that are his teammates, are not doing that, if anything, that's something you would expect from like an O-lineman. Like, and the O-lineman was the one with the hand around him. And an O-lineman was angry. If an O-lineman, you have to separate the O-lineman with the running back. That's different because those are two teammates fighting. As a head coach, you don't get in one of your players' faces and hit him. Like, there's nothing you could use to use that as an excuse. You don't hit the guy. And I know you got fined $100,000. I know you apologized.
But who cares? I mean, that's just going to be a stain on the rest of the season.
But that's also what I'm saying. It's like, DeMarcado has a family. Like, screw football for 2 seconds. But he has a family. Like, I don't know if he has a wife or kids, but his kids could have seen that. His wife could have seen that. Him just getting punched by your coach. And it took a lot. It took a lot out of him. I know it was a really bad moment for him, but like, I've heard a lot of people saying like, If my coach were to do that to me, I'm snuffing him, and it makes all the sense in the world. Like,
yes and no,
because it's a grown man. He's not above you. He's not nothing.
Yeah,
we're both grown men at the end of the day.
I think it was just also something that was like both dudes in the heat of the moment. Like, if you want to look at DeMercado and say, okay, well, you kind of got to feel sorry for him because I mean, like, at the end of the day, obviously he didn't try and do that, but you also got to look at it on the other side of the coin as well and be like, okay, yeah, the coach was wrong. He definitely shouldn't have done that. But maybe he was just stuck in the heat of the moment as well. Like, he just watched his running back fumble the ball after breaking away.
I understand that.
It's just crazy.
It's football. He made a football error. I understand him getting benched. I understand him getting punished. I understand everything to do with football. But as soon as you put your hands on a player, that becomes bigger than football. That's no longer football.
No, I agree.
You understand? Mm-hmm. If you wanted to coach him and say, you're shit, you're never playing again on this team, we're cutting you on Monday, that's harsh, but he made a mistake. Yeah. So that's football. Yeah. Like, I don't want somebody on my team that makes that type of mistake. I remember, this is kind of off topic, but I remember a story of a college football coach. I forget what football coach is, but the running backs could not let go of the ball. Like, when they're down, nobody could take the ball away from them. They had to give it to the referee. Mm-hmm. One of the player who made a great play, and just dropped the ball, and he got benched. I remember hearing this story, forgetting the characters in the story, but it's like, that is, at the end of the day, that's still football.
Yeah.
That's harsh as that seems, like, that's football. That's his rules. Like, you don't let anybody else take the ball from you as a running back. That's your rules. So once you make it beyond football, that's when I have an issue with it. You can't touch a player. You just can't.
No.
That's an issue.
Also, okay, so I mean, we got that out of the way, of course, and now on to Joe Flacco in Cincinnati. He's going to be making his debut for the Bengals this week. Can Joe Flacco bring any magic back to Cincy, or is this just going to be an absolute disaster?
No, I don't think Joe Flacco could do anything for Cincinnati at this point, especially the fact that, like, Cleveland Browns weren't that talented. We could start with that. Their offense wasn't talented at all. Joe Flacco did struggle mightily.
But it's different when you have Jamar Chase and T. Higgins now.
But it's also different when you have one of the worst O-lines in the NFL and you're a 41-year-old quarterback that can't scramble for the life of him. So it's like, I understand. I don't know if you saw it yourself, but Jake Browning saying that, he wasn't happy. He was saying, I made mistakes, but first of all, Jake Browning has no room or place to say anything. I understand he got the first win, that he came in as a backup. But Jake Browning, you have been piss poor. And I'm not saying, and I think a lot of quarterbacks go to that situation will fail.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, it is a terrible situation of the O-line. They don't have much of a run game. They literally just have really talented receivers.
Weapons, yeah. Well, I think he was trying to say that the O-line sucked without actually saying the O-line sucked when he meant that, to be honest.
That's what he was saying. Yeah. Essentially how he was saying that you can't put all the blame on him.
Yeah, which makes sense. I mean, yeah, you can't put all the blame on him, but I think a lot of it has to still go on him. Like, at the end of the day,
you are the quarterback.
Yeah, you're the quarterback. The offense was not working whatsoever. You have some of the best weapons in the league, and you still couldn't make it work. So I like the Joe Flacco move. Honestly, if the Bengals were trading for quarterbacks, it wouldn't have been my first option on the list. But I mean, I think it's good enough. I think Flacco's a guy who can get the ball into the hands of the receivers and let them make their own plays. And I think that's all the Bengals can ask for at this point.
In all honesty, I think Jake Browning had nobody respected him in that locker room. If you heard Jamar Chase sound off, he said, I'm happy the organization is trying to make it better. I don't think the organization feels like, oh my gosh, Joe Flacco is going to be the one, but they're still searching. The Bengals are searching for somebody or something to fill the void of Joe Burrow, so they at least are afloat for when possibly in 2 months Joe Burrow could come back, possibly. Like, because they spend a lot of money on these star players, offensively and defensively. And it's like, bro, we're not just gonna throw in another season because Joe Burrow got injured again. Like, it's like it's a difficult scenario. They're trying to stay afloat. Do I think they're gonna stay afloat? No, I don't think Joe Flacco's like the answer at all. But I don't know. It's like they're trying. Like, they need to find an answer, and I just feel like it's just unfortunate that they don't really have like an O-line or much else.
Yeah,
to help them with.
I mean, I agree, but that's just the way Cincinnati is right now. What about Kevin Stefanski coming out and saying Shedeur Sanders is going to be the number 2?
He didn't. That's the biggest issue. Kevin Stefanski would not say Shedeur was the number 2, and I think this proves what my point has been from week 1. How can you go out there, they trade Joe Flacco, Shedeur was number 3. You wanted Shedeur to develop. They were not giving him any reps in the scout team at all. They trade Joe Flacco. They have 2 quarterbacks. They ask, so is Shedeur the number 2? He's like, I'm not going to commit to him. They signed Bailey Zapp. It's just the most outrageous thing.
It is getting a little weird now. It's getting a little weird.
Once again, when I started talking about Jonathan Gannon beyond football, this does seem beyond football. Shedeur won't get. How are you watching a Bailey Zapp? Do you know how old Bailey Zapp is? I just know he had a chance in New England, and
he screwed it up after 4 games.
And you can't commit to Sanders playing with the number 2s in practice at least. What type of development is this? Like, you don't want the player. I think he's trying to prove a point that he's he's not going to let anybody show him up. And, I don't know if he feels like once Shedeur comes in, his job's on the line. I don't understand I really try to understand. It's because not like Dylan Gabriel's a freaking superstar. He went out there in London and fucked it. Not to say that he played, I'm not the biggest Dylan Gabriel fan, but he didn't play bad. But he didn't do anything special. He was very when we talked off camera about who do you think doesn't have a full playbook. What quarterback do you think they still limit? And Dylan Gabriel is one of those quarterbacks that they have not given the full playbook to. And it's
But how do you really think this Cleveland offense looks with Shedeur? Because I really don't think it much changes, even if he's in there. The team's a disaster offensively.
I think
it's a disaster.
I think you have to try something. I don't know. I really, really, really love Shedeur talent. Was supposed to be, and it's the fact of the matter that Shedeur was arguably supposed to be the number 1 pick in the whole draft, right? Mm-hmm. And to this going that you guys wouldn't even play him on the scout team, and him falling, it was said because of his attitude in his interviews, right?
Yeah.
So the talent is undeniable. He's still a talented quarterback. He went into Colorado. He's still a talented quarterback. That's not an argument. So why now, in this position, is he being held back? Because of he's arrogant? And he's not more arrogant than the other. Jackson Dart, we'll talk on him later. What he came into Thursday Night Football, and then we're talking about Jackson Dart. Oh, we love his moxie. We love his everything that they said they hate about Shedeur, they love about Jackson Dart now. And it's why are we picking and choosing? What did Jackson Dart show in college that was so much better than Shedeur? That's my whole point.
But
there's nothing.
At the end of the day, college, it only matters to a certain extent. Look at a guy like Emeka Ibuka. He wasn't the craziest wide receiver prospect coming out of college, but he's easily the best from his class in the NFL.
So what are we basing it off of? Because some college quarterbacks are still getting a chance to this day or some NFL quarterbacks are still getting a chance to this day because of what they did in college.
Yeah.
Bryce Young, Caleb Williams, they're not going to move on.
But these guys are also Bryce Young and Caleb. Caleb's been in the league for 2 years now. You can't give up on him. Yeah, Bryce Young. I mean, okay, maybe you could, but these guys are first overall picks. they're gonna
But it's
be
like
around for a while.
we're basing these players off of what we saw in college and hoping that this could pan out in the NFL.
Yeah, you
and
hope.
none of it has panned out in the NFL. So why are we holding the standard for certain players, but for others it's like, oh, college only matters a certain amount. It's either college doesn't matter that much or college matters everything. And to these scouts and people who are investing in players, it's like, like I don't understand it.
I disagree.
Cleveland Browns almost lost one of the most talented backs in the league in Junkins because I don't know.
Like at the end of the day, college, like I think it differentiates based on the player. Like it depends what position you play, how good you were in college, what you did in college, what worked in college for you, what doesn't work at the NFL level. It's all that stuff, especially at the quarterback level. Like there's stuff guys could get away with at college that they can't in the NFL.
But I agree with you. A lot of college. We talked about this. A lot of college quarterbacks. And I asked you, why do you think a lot of college quarterbacks nowadays are not translating well to the NFL? Like, what do you think it is about the game in the NFL now? Because it used to be, like, I'll tell you for a fact, it used to be that they translate perfectly. If you were great in college, you could be great. Obviously, there were some monopolies like Johnny Manziel. Baker Mayfield just started off. He came in and he wasn't that great. Obviously, we were waiting for him to get in a good system, and he finally got it. He's a really good quarterback. So why did we think that a lot of quarterbacks are not translating well to the NFL?
Because, well, my opinion, I think it's because it depends on a lot of different things, but mainly the quarterbacks they get too much freedom at the college level at such a young age, and then they get comfortable with that freedom to do whatever they want. Roll in and out of the pocket, swirl around, hold the ball for long, scramble if you need to. That's the stuff that's affecting these quarterbacks because these quarterbacks have much more that they can do. Back in the day when players were coming in through college, coming to the NFL, a lot of these quarterbacks, they were all the same idea. It was all pocket passers. There wasn't like anything too different. The schemes you would learn in college would be very similar to the ones you know in the NFL. Now, it's very different. Offensive playbooks are different. Quarterbacks play different. They have different skill sets. So when you match that all together, it doesn't work like that. It's offenses in the NFL have different playbooks and different styles of play to the way teams in college do, and sometimes it doesn't match up.
I actually do agree with you on that. It's that I think it's the change of pocket passers.
Yeah,
like the league used to be a standard 250 yards per game for a quarterback. Now a lot of quarterbacks are struggling to break 200. Like I think the age of pocket passers, like Phillip Rivers, Tom Brady, screw it, even Joe Flacco. Like why do you think players like old quarterbacks like Joe Flacco are still getting constant chances in the league? It's because his way he plays is like.
It works.
It will keep going. Like, it'll keep... But, like, when we look at players like Caleb Williams, who's, like, coming out of college, we compared him to players like Patrick Mahomes because of the way he was able to create plays. Yeah. Like, he was a magician in college, right? But I don't think that style of plays, a magician, quote-unquote, translate that well to the pro level. Because if you look at Cam Ward, he was a magician. But do you remember Cam Ward was like walking behind his pocket in college? Yeah. He was literally like he would do everything at his own pace. Yeah. And it was great to watch, but his O-line was the best in the world. So he comes here to the Titans, which is one of the worst O-lines in the NFL, and it's like, oh, Cam Ward. I understand he got his first win off God knows how that happened. A pick, then a fumble, then a touchdown.
It was
the worst. Then a fumble on the goal line. Like everything bad had to happen for the Cardinals for the Titans to even like sniff a win. So I'm like, Cam Ward's not translating to NFL well. But I always thought Shador was better than Cam Ward. That's always been a thought for me. It's always been a thing. But I don't know. Like I really think it's like the age of. I think scouts are now looking at some players, and I'm not denying that there's not players more talented now. But I think scouts are looking at players and they're comparing it to oh, that's like a Lamar Jackson-esque. That's a Patrick Mahomes-esque. This player could play you know what I'm saying? Then it's like, no, they're not, because those players play a certain way, and you can't really mimic that in the league. And it's really hard to mimic that in the league. You need a certain structure. You need a certain O-line. You need a certain coaching. You need a certain... Everything has to pan together for your player to be that player.
Exactly. 100%. All right, so that's a majority of the news.
Shador should be the number 2, and it shouldn't even be an argument. I don't know why we're still talking about this in October. But, yeah.
So that is the major news from Week 5. Now we're going to go on to our Week 6 picks. Before we do, though, do we want to quickly talk about how the Eagles got embarrassed yesterday by the New York Giants, Jackson Dart and Cam Scadaboo? Do we want to?
I thought we were going to act like this didn't happen. I don't know where to start. Like, the Giants' offense played really well. Like, obviously, like, I'll talk on my Eagles later, but, like, Dart and Scat, they really controlled the offense really well. Like, Dart was able to get out the pocket whenever he wanted. When he wanted to run, he ran. When he wanted to scramble to the right and throw, he was able to do whatever he wanted. There was very little pressure on him. I think he only got sacked once or twice. Come on, Eagles.
The defense looked a little shaky the whole game. Quinyon went down early.
We're fighting with a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
But Scat was able to run wild.
That's a bull, eh?
3 touchdowns.
He's got to be one of the toughest dudes to tackle in the league.
And I'll give it this. I didn't think Scott's game could translate to the NFL that well. I just thought he was too small. And I'm not going to say that.
He's just a wrecking ball. That's all he is.
I just thought he was too small, too slow. And, like, so far he's proved me really wrong. Yeah. Last week, that fumble on the goal line, we're not going to forget about that against the Saints. It was bad. But...
Is he the best running back from his rookie class so far this season?
No.
Who's been better?
Hampton has been way better.
I think Hampton's got more production. I don't know if he's been better.
And Judkins been better. He's not even in the top 3. Hey, he's barely in the top 3.
I'll give you Judkins, yeah.
Judkins been way better, and Hampton's been better.
Bookmark Hampton, because Hampton's also going to miss the next 4 weeks.
So. He got hurt, but he's been good. And he's been fighting with other...
Scadaboo's been good, man.
Scat's been good.
Scat's been really good, man. Hampton doesn't have a 3-touchdown game.
Okay, like that.
Against the Super Bowl champs.
That's
all I'm going to say.
I don't know what is going on.
Jalen Hurts. What was that yesterday?
I don't know. Once again, I think our coordinator right now, our offensive coordinator, has no idea what he's doing. And, like, as much as you want to put the blame on Jalen Hurts, I feel like Jalen Hurts is, like, the face of it. Jalen Hurts is a popular
100%.
name, and he's, like, he has to take the fall for a lot of things, right?
You want to know what I think it is? I think that the Eagles, everybody, like A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, I think a couple weeks back, they went to the management and said, we need to be getting the ball more. This is not right. We're too good to not be getting the ball. Eagles have switched up their entire offense to cater to those 2 guys, and it's not working out. Saquon's not getting the ball enough, and you guys aren't winning games because of it. That's what I think it is, honestly.
I don't agree that would be the problem. Like, because this is not the first time this happened. Like, there's last year, A.J. Brown's argued for, like, A.J. Brown, except for his first year, he got the ball a lot. But besides that, like, he hasn't got, like, a huge, like, production rate. So I don't think like Jalen Hurts like heard him saying he needed the ball, then Jalen Hurts starts panicking and just whipping the ball. But I feel like it's very like all or nothing with this year's, and I blame the OC. Like it's either we're passing all game and we just eliminate Saquon from the game, which is the dumbest thing ever. Because when we look at the NFL Top 100. His peers voted him as the best player in the world.
Well, it's not even that. It's Saquon Barkley. You use Saquon Barkley. You don't need
But that's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, best player in the world, voted by the peers. So it makes no sense to eliminate him from the offense. Or we just go straight run heavy to the point where it gets predictable. We have not this year been able to like do what we've done last year, where we are getting great play actions and we'd run down the team's throats. Then get a play action down the field to Devonta or A.J. Brown, or get a slant route, or RPOs, or read option. Like, none of it has looked fluid. Like, even, and we've won a lot of games. We're still 4-2. It's not like I'm hitting the panic button. But in no game has it looked fluid. And it's like, I think with the Broncos, it really like showed people. And I don't think them losing to the Broncos was that big of a deal because a lot of things did happen in that Broncos game that like shouldn't really happen. But like we talk about games, I wouldn't think the Broncos is the worst loss. I would talk about a game like in Tampa, how we had 0 passing yards in the whole second half. Like that is like literally one of the most inexcusable things ever. You let a team come back and you have 0 passing yards, but like Jalen Hurts is like the face blame, and I don't blame Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has missed a lot of bad throws, and I'll give it that. The AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts connection in against Denver, you could say AJ stopped running, you could say Jalen missed it. I do think Jalen missed it, but okay, whatever. Mistake. We have to go on to the next week. Then you had Devonta wide open.
That was a bad one. He should have hit him there. That was a touchdown if he hit him, and he missed him completely.
And it's like, nah, we're not gonna keep like Hurts. I have the utmost faith in Hurts. He's still a Super Bowl MVP. He's gonna get it together. It's just like we need the team to be on board, and it does not look good. It does not look good from the outside looking in when we have players like AJ Brown. Just like, and I love AJ Brown, and I'm not like arguing he deserves to get the ball. He deserves 10 targets a game. He does. He does deserve 10 targets a game, but it doesn't help when it's like we're hearing that they're having a players meeting where it's just AJ, Saquon, and Hurts. That AJ goes after the game talk about, I didn't know about no meeting. And it's like, I guess he said, I don't recall to the whole interview, but I don't recall about no meeting. It's like, now people are going to clip it up. Oh, troubles and Eagles. Now, I don't know. I just remember the last time this happened, we started off 10-1, then completely collapsed and lost to Tampa. And that'd be terrible. At least if it were collapsing now, we're collapsing early in the season. We'll figure it out by then.
I agree.
So that's what I got.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's going to conclude our news roundup. Let's get on to our Week 6 picks. A lot of interesting matchups in the NFL. Starting us off, we're going to have the Denver Broncos and the New York Jets in London this week. Early game. My Denver Broncos, I'll take the lead with this one. I think Broncos get it done in London. I think after what we saw against the Eagles, to show that heart and determination to come back against such a good football team.
That was an intentional grounding, by the way.
Sure.
Like, there was no argument that...
There was also that bullshit PS2 pass interference call on AJ Brown.
Bullshit,
that was not
bullshit pass interference is getting called
on the one
13 times a game.
Yeah, but it put you on the one.
But it happens all the time.
But it shouldn't happen.
But it happens all the time.
Okay, but like you're talking about
then let's go to Kansas City Chiefs blowing up a guy on a slant route and picking the ball up and coming back.
Yeah, but
I can name a billion different pass interferences that were
yeah, but I don't know why you're getting on this. Like I'm talking about the Broncos and the Jets.
Well, we're talking you. I was just talking about the Broncos in general.
Okay, well,
it wasn't that impressive of a win as you think it was.
I mean, I think it's a lot more impressive to win a game the way Denver did, going to Philadelphia when you have
only impressive part is that you guys went for 2. That was very impressive. When it was 16-17, you guys going for 2 to make it 18-17. I'll give Sean Payton a hell of a clap for that one. That was smart. That was really smart.
Either way, I think the Broncos smashed the Jets in London. The Jets have looked god-awful in every game they've played this season. Their offense, while they have some good players who can do stuff, they're playing one of the best defenses in football. Their O-line is not going to be good enough for Denver's D-line. This is a horrible matchup for the Jets. I even think this could get ugly. And I don't like to hype up the Broncos as much, but I think this is just a great matchup for them and a terrible one. Terrible one for the Jets. My bad.
Weirdly enough, I think the Jets are like the best 0-5 team I've ever seen in my life. Like in my years of life, I think they're the best 0-5 team I have seen. And
I don't think they're that good. I think Justin Fields makes their offense exciting to watch. I don't know if that makes them a good team.
Well, they have a run game. They have a really good run game.
Do they?
Fields is fat. Well, Brees and Justin Fields. That's the best.
You know, Brees doesn't have a touchdown this year yet.
Yeah, I had him on fantasy yet to get out of there.
There you go. There you go.
Get out of there.
That's not good.
No, I like the way their team's constructed. I feel like the schedule has been bad. Like they've got unfortunate games. Okay, Dallas, getting blown out by Dallas like that after them just having losing to the Bears and tying the Giants. It's like, come on, you have to be competitive in that game.
Yeah.
I don't think they get blown out this game. I really don't. Not to say that they're going to win. I don't think they get blown out. I do think the Broncos...
All the international games so far this year have been one-score games. So that is one thing to remember.
I do think the Broncos are going to lose. Because Jets win this game. I think the Jets win. And bookmark it, calendar, I don't care what you do. I think the Jets squeak away and get their first win. Boom! Let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Before we move on to the next game, we decided that we're going to include some of our favorite bets of the week, just for a couple of the games that we like. So for me, my favorite bet for this game in particular is Cortland Sutton anytime touchdown. You can find the odds at about plus 105, plus 110, depending on the sports book. I think he gets in this week against the Jets. Didn't get in last week. He's a target monster. He's playing great football. There's nobody that can guard him in New York.
I really like Cortland Sutton getting it in the end zone. He's one of the best in the league at getting 50-50 balls. Bo Nix tosses it up to him. Yeah. And who's going to be guarding him? Sauce Gardner in the end zone.
It's a joke.
So, he's gonna get 2 or 3 chances at that ball. If he drops 2 or 3, we'll live with that result. But I do think Cortland Sutton does get it that zone. Yeah.
All right. So what do we got next up for the 1:00 games?
We got the Seahawks versus the Jags at 1:00. This is a really good game. I think this is one of the best games this week, actually. What do you think?
I've been torn all week on this one. If I had to pick right now, I think the Jags are running really hot, but I think they're running into a Seattle team that was unfortunate not to win last week at home. I think Seattle's playing really good football, and I think they're going to bring it to the Jags and come away with a away victory in this one. It's going to be a tight game, but I think the Seahawks pull away.
I do agree with you. I think it's really tough. I feel like beating the Chiefs really gives the organization a boost.
It does, yeah, for sure.
I don't know what's going on with the Chargers. We'll talk about that later. But I think once you beat the Chiefs, you just feel, well, Eagles also beat the Chiefs, so maybe not. I don't know. The Jags just look like they love football right now.
Yeah, they're playing like a team. I think everybody's eating. It feels like it's not just one guy, you know.
Yeah, it's hard to go against that.
It is, but I think Seattle's been playing really good too. I think JSN is putting up a potential Opoi type of season. I think he's that much of a game changer at this point. I think his yards are always a prop to look at too, anyways, for this game. Best bet for this game, JSN over whatever his line is.
Then we would say JSN over 81.5.
I like it. I'm not afraid of those lines. JSN's been an animal all year. I think he does it again. And if the Seahawks are going to win the game, he's definitely going to be eating. So
yeah, I got the Seahawks winning this game. I just feel like their talent offensively is really good, and they got a good defense.
Tough to pick a money line for this game, no?
It's really tough to pick a money line, but I'd probably go with Kenneth Walker get into the end zone. I think I like him anytime.
Okay.
Yeah, I just like Kenneth Walker getting in.
That's our guy, right? Kenneth Walker.
Kenneth Walker and JCM. Those are and Golden. Matthew Golden is also our guy.
Those are the mascots of the PPP. Those three. What's up?
Chargers versus Dolphins. Ew.
This game could get ugly. Hot take: Miami might end up winning this game.
I mean, there's always a chance. It's professional football.
Yeah, of course. But honestly, Chargers, no tackles, no running backs. It looked ugly against Washington last week. It looked really ugly. The offense looked really bleak towards the end of the game. If you can't stop guys from getting to Justin Herbert's not this elusive Lamar Jackson-esque quarterback where he's going to be able to weave in and out of the pocket. If you can get to Herbert, you're gonna get him. He's not going to get away from you. So I don't know. Miami's a shit football team, if I'm being honest. They're terrible, but
yeah, this is a difficult one to weigh out. I feel like both teams are not good right now. I don't know. The Chargers had 2 really bad losses, but the Chargers at any point of that game could have beat the Washington. Chargers gave Washington the game more than Washington really took it. They were up 10-0. Quentin Johnson fumbles the ball. Then they're up 10-3. Then they get a punt return touchdown by Loud McConkey, and then it's roughing the punter. Then it's 10-10. And the second half, they just like completely fell apart. Like they gave the game to them more than anything. I do still think the Chargers are a decent team. They are missing so many key players.
Yeah.
So many key players. But Miami's also missing a lot of key players as well. I would have to go with the Chargers. I feel like the Chargers figured it out this week. And I also think Quentin Johnson gets a pretty big.
I think he could score. I think he could find the end zone, Quentin Johnson.
I like his yards at 55.5. I think he's gonna get around like 60, 70. Like he's gonna get a deep ball in there.
I like that. Also, I think Darren Waller's receiving yards is also worth taking a look at. He's kind of emerged as
at 36.5.
That's a great line, honestly. I think he'll smash that if that's the line for sure.
Is that our best bet? Are we going with Darren Waller 36.5?
I can't believe that's the line, to be honest with you.
That's
a really low line. I get they're playing the Chargers, but the ball's got to go to somebody. Can't go to Waddle all game.
Yeah, I really like it. Darren Waller 36.5.
All right, I'm gonna back the Dolphins, but I could definitely be wrong about that.
Rams versus the Ravens.
Ooh, I feel like we don't have to spend too much time on this one. I think it's pretty consensus. No, Rams just go in there and smash them, smash and grab.
Yeah,
blow the Ravens out.
The Ravens cannot miss the playoffs, and I don't like.
They're running out of games to lose here, though, aren't they?
They're injured.
They're putting Lamar in an impossible position to go to the playoffs. They're setting him up nice for another MVP season, though. Like, think about it. Lamar comes back and he goes to the playoffs. He's going to be like a shoo-in. Like, if they lose this game, which I think they will.
Lamar is going to get the team back, assuming that they lose this game at 1-5. Because next week's a bye week for them.
Yeah, he'll be back after the bye.
Then he'll come back after the bye week at 1-5. Let me take a peek at what their schedule is.
He was trying to play this weekend too. They just said.
Then after coming back off the bye, let's say with Lamar, hopefully Kyle Hamilton's healthy. Their defense becomes healthy again. They got the Bears.
They don't need their defense to beat the Bears. They just need Lamar. That's
okay. So the Bears, that would make them 2-5. Dolphins 3-5, Vikings, JJ McCarthy's back then, so 4-5. Browns 5-5, Jets 6-5, Bengals with Joe Flacco 7-5, Steelers 8-5, Bengals again 9-5.
So you think they're just gonna blow out everybody in their
Patriots?
Dude, they're not gonna go
10-5. Hold on, I'm not done. Packers. What do you think?
I think they win that game because
11-5.
Yeah, but I think that's because
Steelers
the Packers,
again.
They lose that.
Well, they probably locked up the division then.
No, well, you're also counting on the Steelers losing a shit ton of football games in there. Like the Steelers are 3-1 right now, coming off the bye. They win this week, they're 4-1. It's a lot of ground for Baltimore.
I think Baltimore, even with Lamar getting the ball back at 1-5. Have a really good chance of possibly even winning out, let alone making the playoffs.
I mean, that's an interesting take, but I don't know. I'm not as optimistic on the Ravens as you are, but I think Lamar can come back and get it together. For this game, though, they're going to get smashed. Puka Nacua putting together an Offensive Player of the Year type of season. Hopefully he keeps going. Be great for my fantasy team, but it's also just great to see him go on this historic run. Yeah.
What do we think about the Browns and Steelers?
Browns and Steelers? I think the Steelers easily win this game. Browns suck, and the Steelers are coming off the bye. I don't got much else to say about
until the Browns start Shador, I will never back the Browns for a single game.
Yeah, I mean, even when Shador starts, they're still going to be ass and not win many games. But, yeah, I mean, they might win a couple more.
Then we got...
Pats and Saints?
Pats and Saints, yeah.
This is an interesting one. Of course, the Pats coming off that big win against Buffalo. It's a massive win. The Saints, they're coming off of their first win of the season against the Giants. It's kind of a toss-up, but it kind of feels like you lean New England in this one. just because they are the better team. The Saints got their win out of the way. Like, now it kind of feels like they're due for a loss. I don't know. I think New England wins this game. What have you thought of Drake May so far this year? I feel like it's a guy that nobody really talks about him too much, but I feel like he's putting together a sneaky good season. He's a decent quarterback.
He's serviceable.
Serviceable?
He's serviceable. I had the Pats beating the Bills though. I
had the Pats to cover. I didn't have them winning. But
well, I could show you my slip. I had the Pats.
Don't worry, I saw your slip.
I had the Pats money line.
Yeah, well, there you go. So you're a Patriots believer. You're a Drake May believer.
I wouldn't say all that. I don't think he played an amazing game. I think he played pretty decent. Like Diggs played really good. I feel like Buffalo Bills shot themselves in the foot more than anything. I don't understand their offense. They have some of the bro. You could just run, play action all game. Nobody's stopping you. For some odd reason, they wanted to add some herky jerkies into their offense this week and do everything to give the Patriots a chance to come back in this game. I don't understand it, but yeah.
We're both taking Pats?
Yeah, I'm taking the Pats there.
All right.
Then we got the Cards vs. Colts.
This one feels like, I can't even say this. This one feels easy though. I'm taking the Colts. I can't pick the Cardinals. I mean, we already talked about the Cardinals a lot, so don't want to get too into it. But yeah, the Colts are just looking really good right now. Honestly, they're winning football games. They're smashing teams. Daniel Jones seems to have figured out that offense. Jonathan Taylor's running like a maniac.
But that line is pretty big for the Cardinals.
I don't think so, man. I think that's a reasonable line. The Cardinals have been asked. They just lost to the Titans. The Colts blew the Titans out by 40.
Okay, they lost to the Titans, but everything had to go wrong.
You think the Cardinals are good, man?
To go.
I don't think
the Cardinals are good.
I don't even think they're decent.
I like Kyler.
I like Kyler too, but I don't think it's a good
Kyler
team.
Murray, Marv. I think they're in a lot of games.
I don't know. I'm personally not giving the Cardinals any chance in this game. I think the Colts are going to smash them, but
yeah, it's time for me to give the Colts the respect. Well, I've been giving them the respect.
I feel like you have.
The Colts are a really, really good team. It's a stretch. They are a good team.
They're a good team.
Really good running back. Daniel Jones has been more than anybody ever expected. I don't think any person in the world except the Colts head coach could say, I expected Daniel Jones to do this.
No.
Nobody expected this at all, and it's been great, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colts
got
definitely
the Colts winning that one.
Next up, Cowboys
and the Panthers.
This is an interesting one. Big game. High-scoring game, I think. But I think it's a game the Cowboys come out on top of. I think Cowboys are playing all right football. They're playing great offensively. And I think they just got to outscore opponents like this, and I don't think it's going to be too hard to do because the Panthers' defense isn't all that great.
Yeah, I think the Panthers literally got, I don't know what, with Rico getting 200 rushing yards. That was such an anomaly of a game.
That was hilarious.
Will never, I don't think will ever happen again. If it happens again, you could.
And that was playing his former team.
But running 200 yards, him having a great game, them coming back, them being down 17-0, making a comeback. Nah, I think the Cowboys easily come away with this win.
I think my best bet for this game is going to be George Pickens to find the end zone. It's at, I believe, just plus 110, maybe even lower.
Yeah.
But I think Pickens finds the end zone. I think this Dallas offense is rolling. And I think in a game like this, Pickens is going to be feasting. So I really like that.
I think in a game like this, once again, I'd go heavy on Pickens. If not the end zone, I don't know if the end zone, plus 110, 115. I feel like I like his receiving yards to get 70 yards.
I did last week too, though.
Minus 110. I feel like they got to feed him.
Yeah, I think, honestly, that's also a good bet. Either way, I think Pickens has a monster game. If you go touchdown or receiver props, he's going to...
This is definitely a Pickens game for sure.
Yeah.
Then we're going to the 4 o'clock games.
Ooh.
Then for the 4 o'clock games, we have the Titans versus the Raiders. A snooze fest.
Terrible game. I don't know why the Titans are massive underdogs. I mean, the Raiders look
I wouldn't
worse
say they're massive underdogs. They're plus 4.5 on a team who should be 0-5.
Yeah, but I mean, how good are the Raiders? The Raiders have looked like literal dog shit in like every game besides week 1. I think.
But they're more talented players than a veteran quarterback. You have to keep that in mind. Like Cam Ward doesn't know what it takes to win in this league, and he still doesn't. Even after getting his first win in this league, he does not know what it takes because that'll never happen again. Like I said 13 times. So it's like Geno Smith throws with his eyes closed sometimes, but it's like he's still a veteran quarterback, and he's gonna.
If the Raiders win this game, they're gonna narrowly edge it out by some like little late field goal or something. It's a dead game. No props for this game, honestly. Garbage game all around. I think we're both going Raiders. Yeah.
Yeah, I got the Raiders. 49ers versus the Bucks. What do you got?
One of the best games of the week. I gotta lean Bucks though, man. I think even with the Bucky Irving injury, the Mike Evans injury, neither of them are gonna be back. I still think the Bucks are gonna do good. Like I was counting them out last week against the Seahawks. That didn't affect them whatsoever. I think Baker,
Godwin's doubtful too.
Like that still doesn't worry me too much, honestly. I think Baker's putting up an MVP type of season, and he's got a rookie wide receiver in Emeka Ibuka who's just lighting it up. Against the 49ers team, which I know they beat the Rams. But I still don't think it's that great of a team, honestly. I really don't. And I think they're going to get found out by a legit team. And I think this is the legit team that's going to do it.
Yeah, Mac Jones is 2-0 as a starter this year. I think that comes to that.
Yeah, I do too.
I think the Buccaneers have just playing really good football. They'd be good, established. We call Seattle established right now. Would you say so?
Yeah.
They play good established teams. And 49ers did beat a really established team in the Rams, but I feel like everything once again went wrong for the Rams in that comeback drive with Kyren fumbling.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was more so unfortunate.
Them going for it on 4th down.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that play call just running up the gut with Kyren on 4th and 2? You didn't like it?
I mean, he's been stuffed multiple times before, so I don't know why they keep trying that. If I'm why not just get Puka Nacua on a quick button hook or something? You know he's gonna catch it. He's gonna be tough to stop. I don't know.
But this is why you need a power back in your lineup. Like as much as talented as Kyren is, Blake being your number 2, it's exactly like Kyren Williams. They're too small.
Yeah, no, they're the exact same running back.
They're the same back.
Terrible. They don't complement each other well.
So it's why not have? I don't understand drafting him, but he was a really good back in college. But they benched him after the fumble anyways. So why not have Kyren as a really good back? He's a top 5 to 10 back in the NFL. Have a big power back and how the Eagles are AJ Dillon. You know what I'm saying? Get a power back just for situations like that. So because I knew it, you knew it. Kyren running up the gut in a 4th and 2 there was no chance they got it.
No,
because at that point you just might as well put the ball in Matthew Stafford's hands and
just let him do something.
That's also why I do prefer mobile quarterbacks because that deterred them from putting the ball in Matthew Stafford's hand because if they're blitzing, nothing's open right away. You're not going anywhere.
Yeah, no, you're right.
So,
quickly, before we move on to the next game, though, I want to say for Bucks Niners, best bet of the game, Emeka Ibuka's receiving props. Just mentioned Chris Godwin's doubtful for the game, so even more reason to hammer him. What's his line exactly? I think when I checked, I think it was 77.5, but might be more than that now.
I don't got a line here, huh?
Well, either way, Emeka Ibuka over his receiving yards. I don't care what the line's at unless it's 100 or 90 or something stupid like that. Take him to go over. It's probably gonna cash.
I also like Baker. Baker passing yards 240. Yeah. He's gonna be slinging that thing without Bucky Irving in the backfield.
Agreed. Next up,
we have the Lions versus the Chiefs.
Is that it?
No, I am lying. The Bengals versus the Packers.
Okay. So Joe Flacco's debut. I think the line for this game, not that it's weird. Again, the Bengals are absolutely terrible, but I do think, honestly, I think there's value in the plus 14.5. I don't know if the Bengals are going to get blown out. I'm not sure if they're going to win. The Packers are a tough team, but I really don't think they're going to get blown out in Joe Flacco's debut. Something about it tells me that they'll cover that pretty easily and that they could honestly even go win this game. I just don't think I'm confident to actually say that they're gonna win. I think.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, I think that line is pretty poor. 14.5. Yeah, I got the Bengals up for plus 14.5 easily. I wouldn't say easily, but I think Joe Flacco knows how to contain a game. You understand?
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like the fact that that line is that crazy, and the Packers haven't really blown out any teams. Like the same Packers who lost to the Browns. It's like, I don't know.
That's why. Like, I think the Bengals could win this game, but Packers are also coming off the bye, so like that might.
Yeah, I think the best bet there is plus 14.5.
Yeah, for sure.
I do think the Packers win this game.
Yeah.
But by any more than 14, I don't know.
No.
All right, then
Sunday
the Sunday night game, Lions versus the Chiefs.
Big one going down at Arrowhead. Lions are underdogs for this.
Yeah, and I think that is the best bet too. I think the Lions
I agree.
money line. Like,
I agree.
They are the underdogs, and the Lions have, but week one aside, when they played a poor game,
Played the best team, one of the best teams in the league.
I think they played really good. They beat the Bills. They're a really good team, and they're still a really good team, and they've shown it each week. Like, everyone's saying, oh, without Ben Johnson, they're nothing offensively, and their offenses looked the same.
Those rumors are that's been squashed.
That
for
is
sure.
pretty dead. The offenses look exactly the same to me.
I agree. I think the Lions. I don't know. Part of me, like, again, we were talking about this before we started recording, but like the Chiefs, are they really gonna drop to 2-4 or 2-5?
But that's what I'm saying. The Chiefs drop into 2-5. Are they 2-4 or 2-5?
No, it would be dropping to 2-4. We're in week 6.
Drop into 2-4.
Yeah. Like, I could see it, man. I mean, we've been saying it all year, but the Chiefs just don't look good. Like, I don't know how to describe it. They just don't. They don't look like their old selves. That game against the Jags, that's a textbook game for the Chiefs to just close out. You'd expect them to close that game out, and they didn't. So now the stuff that they're known for, the stuff that it's like supposed to be easy for them, they're not able to do that this season.
Not to mention they got bailed out against the Jags. That was once again terrible pass interference, not called. I don't understand.
It just doesn't look like the same Kansas City anymore. It doesn't.
Yeah, and if you're struggling with the Jags,
how the hell are you going to deal with this Lions offense?
Lock with the Lions.
No, yeah, the defense doesn't look the same. The offense looks weaker.
Don't drop into 2-4. Like, I don't see the Chiefs just not making the playoffs. I don't see a world where them.
I don't see that either, but I don't see them beating this Lions team. I think the Lions are too hot right now. So I'm taking.
Yeah, I got the Lions as well. Then we got the Bills and the Falcons.
And the Bears Commanders, because doubleheader on Monday night.
We do, and Bears Commanders.
So Bills Falcons first.
Yeah.
I'm gonna back the Bills. Like, the Falcons are coming off the bye. I think they do have a chance in this game. I don't want to completely count them out, but I feel like the Bills, after losing to the Pats last week, they're just gonna play a little pissed off and they're just gonna end up winning the game.
I think the Bills, not to say that they're an overrated team, but they've lost some games and they've been really close in some games that like they should have just lost. Like the Saints game.
The Saints game was really close.
The Saints game they should have lost. They could have lost. The Ravens game they should have lost. And it's like they lost against the Lions. I just don't like. They lost against the Pats. I don't know. I don't feel like they've had like a real like dominant season so far. What do you think?
No, I mean, I think they started off really, really hot. I think they were riding the high of the Ravens win. And then I think but I think this is something that happens a lot with the Bills. I don't know. When they play these
they
shit
didn't lose
teams,
against the Lions. I'm an idiot. Sorry. They didn't lose against the Lions. I was thinking about the Ravens.
Oh.
I was thinking about the Ravens, them losing against the Ravens.
Yeah, so
they were undefeated going into. I'm sorry.
I mean, the Ravens. I think the Bills, they just take their foot off the gas when they play shit teams. I think that's what we saw against the Saints. Like, it's just, I don't know if they're playing bad, but I don't know. If we start seeing it become more of a trend, then you could start asking question marks. I mean, I think there's always going to be question marks around the passing game and if Josh has the right weapons to get the ball to. But at the end of the day, I think the Bills are one of the best teams. I don't want to jump the gun on them yet and panic yet. So, yeah, I think they win this game comfortably, honestly. The Falcons don't impress me much.
They don't. The Falcons make it really I want to go the Falcons all the time because I like the weapons that they have offensively. Who knows? I might be watching this game and live bet the Falcons. But from right now, as of right now, I think the Bills do win this game. I think the Falcons just besides Bijan, I don't believe in Penix enough to go out there and win a primetime game. Will this even be a primetime game because it's 7:15?
I mean, I think this game might be more interesting than the other one.
Yeah, but yeah, I think the Bills go out there and win. Then we got the Bears and the Commanders.
Lastly, the Bears and Commanders. Caleb versus Jaden. I actually think Caleb's going to win this time.
No.
I think he is. I think the Bears are going to
win
this game.
They had a really good game last year. And Jaden barely won. It was the Hail Mary game, actually, yeah.
I think Caleb wins this time. I think the Bears get their revenge. I think the Bears coming off the bye is going to be big for them. And I liked what I saw from them before they went on the bye. I think the offense is clicking. I think Caleb's finally starting to understand Ben Johnson a lot better. And I think they're going to come out guns blazing. After the bye, they're rested up. Roma Dunze's looked awesome this year. I don't know. I don't think the Bears are a great team. But I also don't think the Commanders have been all that crazy this year. Yeah, Jaden's been out for a long time, but I don't know. The Commanders don't feel like a dominant team to where they go up and take the lead and they can keep it. I feel like you can always come back against them, and I think the Bears are going to be good enough.
Nah, I think the Commanders played a really good game against the Chargers last week.
They did, yeah.
The run game looked unstoppable, and with that, I do think the Commanders are just gonna beat the Bears. I still don't.
Fair enough.
Ben Johnson, without Ben Johnson, I just don't think the Bears are a good football team. To be honest with you.
Well, yeah. All right. Well, there goes our Week 6 picks. Now we're gonna go on to fantasy football. We got a couple sit and start options,
yes,
for you guys. We'll try and get through these pretty quickly. I'll go. Do you want to do? I'll do the starts.
You do starts.
Okay.
I'll hit it with this.
So first starter, I think, has to be Hassan Haskins, the running back for the Chargers. Omarion Hampton got placed on IR this week. Obviously, Najee Harris doesn't have an eye or an Achilles. I think Hassan Haskins is the guy you need to be starting.
Najee got his eye back. Najee got his eye back.
Hassan Haskins. If he's still on your waiver wire, you got to play him. Next up, tight end for the Seattle Seahawks, A.J. Barner. He's got 3 touchdowns in the last 3 weeks. He's absolutely eating. It looks like he's Sam Darnold's second favorite target maybe in the red zone, obviously behind JSN. A.J. Barner, I think if he's on your waiver wire, it's a guy you should definitely be considering. And then lastly, Michael Carter. Cardinals running back, played really good last week. I expect him to play really good this week because, obviously with the DeMarcado stuff, I don't think he's going to be getting much more snaps. So Michael Carter, I think, is also a great option.
Yeah, piggybacking off of what Noah said, my first sit would be DeMarcado. I think it's just really unfortunate, but I don't think he's gonna get as many snaps, especially how much media attention it's got. But who knows, it might be like a pity, oh, here you go. But nah, I don't think he's going to get many snaps. And I think even if he were to get some snaps, he's going to be so much in his head, he cannot play well. So I think DeMarcado, you got to sit. Then we got Zay Flowers, Cooper Rush throwing him the ball. It's going
to be useless.
They're just not getting the ball as much. It's not Lamar. So we're going to have to sit Zay Flowers. Then Jacoby Myers against the Titans.
Trey Tucker looked like the
Trey Tucker's looked like the number one out there, and they have Brock Bowers. It's Jacoby Myers. I see why he requested a trade at the beginning of the year. I don't know if he's ever rescinded that trade request. Do you know?
I have no idea.
I know he requested a trade because of Amari Cooper, but Amari Cooper retired. But Jacoby Myers just fell back and back. Even if you want to name him as the number one, he's not the number one out there anymore. So those would be the sits and starts of the week.
All right, so now we're going to move on to everybody's favorite segment of the week, the playbook. This is where we give you guys our parlays for the week. I do the touchdowns. Kubina does the money line. Kubina, kick us off. What do you have for your parlay for week 6?
To start off the parlay, I got the Detroit Lions, who have been on fire ever since week 1. Their offenses look really good, with or without Ben Johnson. The Chiefs are coming off a bad loss against the Jags, and the Chiefs just haven't looked that great this year. And Lions look really good, and Lions are underdogs, so I got the Lions to start off the parlay. Then I got the Buccaneers, who have played really, really good this year. They just coming off beating Seattle. They lost to the Eagles, but it was a really close game, made a comeback at the end. They look really good offensively. And defensively, they look pretty decent. And San Fran, like it or not, they have a backup quarterback in there, Mac Jones. As well as he's been playing, he's still a backup. I don't think they beat the Bucs. And I got the Bucs -3. Then I got the Cowboys -3 against the Panthers. Panthers were down 17-0 against Miami. Like, Panthers, every game that they've been close in, the Cardinals, they came back. But it's like, they haven't been that great this year at all, and Cowboys are just coming off destroying the Jets. So I got the Cowboys by -3. Then to end off the parlay, we got the Patriots against the Saints. The Saints did squeak away a victory. They squeaked away a victory against the Giants. But Pats are coming off a win against the Bills, and Saints are still the same old Saints. I don't think they're a good team. Since they didn't go 0-17, I think they're gonna go 1-16. Like, not big of a difference. So, with all that being said, that 4-leg parlay is plus 1,115. $100 will pay out 1.2, give or take.
I like it. That's a great parlay. Great odds. Great picks. All right, so now I'm going to go on to my touchdown parlay.
Ooh.
Leg 1, Quinshot Judkins anytime touchdown. He is the focal point of this Cleveland Browns offense. Nobody else is getting the ball. He's an absolute monster. I think he definitely gets in. Leg 2, Devontae Adams anytime touchdown. Devontae Adams, of course, hasn't scored last week, but he did score the week prior, and he is number 1 in red zone targets amongst receivers on the Rams. I also think he's going to get in a game where I think the Rams are going to score a shit ton of points. Leg 3, Amon-Ra St. Brown, anytime touchdown in prime time. He didn't get in last week. I think he gets in this week. That's really all I got. He's a superstar. I expect him to bounce back. Total odds are going to be at plus 743, meaning $100 will pay $800. So not the craziest of odds for that one, but I want to win, and these guys are all going to be getting in. So, apologies. So, I'm actually going to do another one because I just loved a lot of the odds this week. So, I'm going to give you guys a bonus one this week quickly. Leg 1, Cortland Sutton, anytime touchdown. Spoke about it before. He's the number 1 receiver in this Broncos offense, and he didn't get in last week. I think he finds it this week. Leg 2, Quinn Johnson, anytime touchdown. Didn't get in last week. He's playing a Dolphins team that just isn't good at guarding number 1 receivers. At any point, Herbert can find him, and I think he can score. And then lastly, Tucker Kraft, anytime touchdown. He hasn't scored in a couple weeks, but he is a massive red zone target for the Packers, and the Bengals are number 1 in letting up touchdowns to tight ends this season. So I think it might be a bit of a match made in heaven. Total odds on that one, plus 1,700. So those odds are much longer, obviously less likely to hit, but yeah, there's a bonus one for you guys. All right, so there you guys have it. That's going to conclude week 6, episode 6 of the Parlay Playbook podcast. If you guys enjoyed, consider liking and subscribing to the channel. And also let us know, are you guys going to be tailing our picks or are you not? Let us know in the comments.
Say your favorite picks.
Yeah, drop your picks. We'd love to hear them. Let's all make some money this weekend. Thank you all for watching this video. We'll catch you all in the next